Before we get into this video is targeted at the people who are newer to the gym. So if you've been working out for a year or two, I recommend you just click off because there's not a lot of new knowledge. But if you're new to the gym, I would recommend you watch the video throughout. And yeah. So the first mistake you're probably making if you're new to the gym is not being consistent enough. The thing about the gym is there's no magic pill, there's no magic way to like get strong and big quickly. So you really just have to see the gym as like a marathon and just slowly become bigger and stronger. And I have two tips for you if you are struggling with being consistent in the gym. The first tip is hitting the gym the same time every day, because if you do that, your brain is going to associate it with, let's say you're done with school at 4 p.m. and you want to hit the gym there. So every time it's 4 p.m., your brain is going to associate it with the gym. And that's going to make it a habit for you, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to hit the gym. Another benefit of hitting the gym the same time every day is that you're telling your body when to perform and when to rest. So if your body knows when it is allowed to rest, it's going to build more muscle. And therefore, if you're hitting the gym at the same time every day, you're building slightly more muscle mass, which is going to help you in the long term. Another tip for you if you're struggling with actually going to the gym, so let's say you have the time to go in, but it just takes a little bit of motivation to actually go over there, I recommend you break all the steps going to the gym up to small steps. So when you're thinking about, oh, I have to get my shoes on, I have to change clothing, and I have to drive to the gym and so on, just do the things one at a time. So put the music in, slowly take your shoes on, think of all the steps one step at a time, because then you're less likely to be overwhelmed of the thought of going to the gym. And the second mistake you're probably making if you're new to the gym is not tracking your food and sleep. This is crucial because you need to eat right, and you need to sleep right, and you need to be consistent. These three factors, if you eat right and sleep right and train right, that's 80% of what you can do right at the gym. So if you get these three things right, you're doing very well. I use an app called LiveSum, and you really just scan the barcode on the food. Let's see, we have some food here. You just find the barcode, you scan it, and you type in how much you eat. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes a day to track your food, and it's gonna help you so much because then you know how much you eat, and you just need to eat in a surplus to get muscle mass. So yeah, you can find a calculator online, just search on maintain calories intake calculator or something like that. And you can easily, when you're tracking your food, you can easily eat more calories and become better. Yeah, and the second thing, I use an app called Sleep Cycle. You just lay it beside your bed, and it tracks when you fall asleep and how much sleep you're getting. So yeah, I recommend using that app as well. The third mistake you're probably making if you're new to the gym is maybe sometimes you have a hard time feeling your muscles, and then you are adding more exercises in order to feel your muscles. Don't do that. Just go online and search on how to do the form right, and then do that. Because I remember when I was new to gym, I had a really hard time feeling my chest, and I just kept adding more and more, and you don't need that at all. It's just gonna ruin your muscle. It's gonna remove muscle instead of building muscle. So don't have too much volume. Try to aim for 15 to 25 sets per muscle group per week. So if you're hitting your chest and you're having 4 sets per exercise, you need 2 to 3 exercises per chest workout if you're working out your chest 2 times a week. The fourth mistake you're probably making if you're new to the gym is going really fast on the exercise. You really don't need to do that. When you're doing your repetitions, you just need to go slow and steady, slow push, slow retraction. And if you're doing that, I guarantee you'll feel your muscles a lot better, and you make a lot more gains. Because if you're having a big ego, and you're oh, I need to heavy weights, go fast, right? You can test this out right now. If you go down on the ground and make 1 really slow push-up, or 3 fast push-ups, the 1 really slow push-up is a lot harder, and therefore you're making more muscle. The fifth mistake you are probably making is having a big ego at the start. You're probably thinking all the other people at the gym are watching you, and if you lift what we call light weights, they're gonna think you're weak. But that's not the case. They're focusing on their own workout, and they don't really care about what you're doing. So just go with the low weights and go slow and steady, and I promise you'll feel your muscles a lot better, rather than going with heavy weights and going fast, and it's not the way to go. So just go low weights, go slow and steady. The next mistake you're probably making is comparing and not competing. Like, you don't need to compare yourself with the top like elites, like David Lade, Cease, Chris Bumstead and all those. You don't need to compare yourself, just compete with your friends, and if you're doing that and you're starting to like surpass them, you're doing a really good job, because the people you see at the top, like, they have perfect genetics and they're probably on gear as well. So just compete with your friends and try to beat them, and when you do that as well, you're increasing your testosterone. Yeah, compete with your friends in a good way. And the next mistake is not having a dedicated gym music. Like, the thing about music is that it's like one of the biggest mood changer out there. Like, as soon as you listen to something like some sad music, like, you become kind of sad, and when you listen to some happy music, you become happy, right? So the thing is, you can make your own playlist that like symbolizes or like makes you feel hyped or strong or something, and every time you put that in your ear, you're thinking of the gym, and that makes you hit the gym more, and you're also more concentrated when you're down there and listening to gym music. So make a gym playlist and just like try to make your brain associate every time I'm listening to this music, I'm going to hit the gym, or I'm gonna go perform a little better in the gym. So yeah, like, I recommend like investing in some gym clothing, because then you're going to be more comfortable when you're at the gym, and you're probably going to hit the gym more and like more concentrated as well, because you're not thinking about, oh, I don't look so good right now. So just invest in some gym clothing you feel comfortable in, and this was like, it will greatly enhance your gym experience. The last and probably the most important mistake is not doing progressive overload. I recommend you go on YouTube and just watch a video on what progressive overload is, but the basic is just gradually increase the effort you're putting into the gym, and you need to do this in order to become stronger and bigger, because if you're doing like the same amount of effort every time, you're not going to become stronger and bigger. So if you every time you're at the gym, you just go over, curl the 8 kilos, and that's it. You never increase the weight. Like, you're not going to become bigger or stronger. Speaking of progressive overload, if you like want to take it to the next level and don't want to go through the hustle of like writing all your exercises down, I've made an Excel tracking sheet. It's totally free for you. Like, you just click the link and it downloads, and you can just press the button at the top, and it'll increase your weight. So you can do this every second week, and it'll increase your weight. And it's a fairly good program. It's the one I use, and it worked wonders for me. So it's free for you. If you need like a good program with like a progressive overload tool built into it, I recommend you use that one. I also posted it on TikTok, and people really seem to like it. That was it. I hope you could use some of these things and track your food and track your sleep and be consistent. Like, if you master those 3, that's like 90 to like 80% of the things you can do right. So if you master these 3, you're like on a really good way, and all the others, like, they're just like, they're nice to have. But yeah, that was all. Hope you can use some of this.